Well, it's your boy, Mr. If You Want Some, come get some. That boy, Big Smooth, for your first annual Big Smooth Hometown Cooking Show. And today, I know y'all know me from a barbecue, but we'll be cooking some Mexican-style cornbread. I went with when I do the Mexican-style cornbread, I like to use the Gladiola. It's from the makers of Martha White, cornbread mix. They're not a sponsor of mine or anything. I'm saying this is what I like to use. I'm not telling you to go use it, but this is what I like to use. And this actual mix, we'll be using 4 packages. They will do some cornbread muffins. And then we'll do some barbecue, but we'll do some baked barbecue chicken thighs today. Also with some red beans, with some smoked neck bones, ground beef, onions, bell peppers. Oh, we're going to break it down to you, boy. Yeah, this is cooking straight from Big Smooth Kitchen, so you know it's going to be good. So right now, what this cornbread mix, we'll start with the cornbread here. It calls for 2/3 cup milk, and we're using 4 packages of cornbread. So that's be 2 2/3 cups of milk that we'll use. And I already got it ready here right there, so we'll just pour that in. We're not gonna pour all of it in, just hold up just a little bit because we don't want it too loose. So, but that's what it calls for. But we'll get that mixed on in. It also calls for 1 egg per package. So we'll get 4 eggs in here today. So we're mixing that up. And, oh yeah, look at her. It's already looking good. And we'll come on in and pour the rest of that milk in there. There we go. Let's see. That cornbread said I was thirsty. So it swallowed that on up. So we're getting that on mixed up. And let me tell you, man, it's been a day. Had, a lot of stuff to do, run around, get done, get out to Lowe's and pick up some things and, get ready for some up and coming projects and stuff like that. So coming to you now, getting dinner ready for us. This is what we'll be eating for dinner, and it is what it is. So we'll move this just for a second here, and we'll sit it over here. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna crack 4 eggs. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we'll bring that whisk back in, and we'll whisk those on up in there. Okay, whisk those on up in there. And we could be easily make a pan of cornbread. Just throw it in the pan and put it in the oven. But I like muffins with my cornbread. So I can sit them off in the bowl, a couple of muffins in there, and, like big boy style, and eat with my beans. So we're gonna make some cornbread muffins, some big muffins to sit up in there. Make sure that's whisked up in there good. If you put it in that pan, what you gonna do? You gonna put that butter in there. So I ain't forget about that butter. Melt a little butter. We're gonna throw that butter on up in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whisk that on up. Yes, sir. Whisk that on up. We already got the oven preheated at 400 degrees. We'll let these cook for about 14 to 18 minutes until they rise in that golden brown. And then we'll pull them out and let y'all see what they look like. So we're going to continue to whisk that on up. Make sure everything whisked in good. Get that butter all mixed in so we can have that good butter flavor. But don't you love in a pan cornbread how when you put that butter in there and then when it all rise and come together and them ends, come together, be all crunchy and got that butter flavor. Man, that's the best part of the cornbread. Yep. So let me get this in here. We're going to get this out the way. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring in the pan. I already got it set up with the muffin tins in here. And we got a scooper. We'll use the scooper to make sure it's evenly proportioned throughout, okay? And so we'll go with the first scoop here. And we'll fill it about 2/3 ways up. About 2/3 ways up, and that way, because we want some nice size muffins here, okay? Nice size. So how was y'all day today, man? Great, great. Glad y'all tuned in here with me today. You know, I appreciate that. All my big smooth smokers out there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We talking about smoking that meat on the grill, you know. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And to my first hometown cooking show. And let me move. I'm moving a little slow here. I'm trying to be all nice and neat, you know, like I'm at a competition or doing a catering. Let me just pick up the pace here a little bit so we can get these in the oven and get the family fed. Already. Oh, these gonna rise up, and these gonna be some big ones. They're gonna roll out the top of there. I'm gonna love it. They probably all come together. It don't matter. Take a little knife and we'll cut through and separate them and pull them on out. But I like to have them big. There we go. That's why my name Big Smooth. So we'll take that out and we'll sit this over here. And what I'll do, I'll get these in the oven, like I said, at 400 degrees for about 14 to 18 minutes, depending on how your oven is. They may rise a little differently, and I want to see them nice and golden brown on the top, okay? So I'll get these in the oven, and I'll come back, and what I'll do, we'll go ahead and start with the chicken preparation, okay? All righty, so give me one moment. I'll be right back to you, okay? All right, y'all. Okay. So I came in and I have chicken thighs that's already been washed. And what I like to do is dry them. Take a paper towel and dry them out, dry that skin off and everything. And I've done that here. And so what we'll do is we'll come in and we have your Big Smooth all-purpose rub, and it is a barbecue rub, but it's an all-purpose rub, so you can use it if you're baking, if you're cooking some greens or your beans, or whatever you're doing, you can use this rub. All right. Again, that's the Big Smooth all-purpose rub. Okay. So we'll take this, and what we're gonna do, I like to turn on their backside first. I want to hit their backside first. Hit that backside. Hit that backside. Yes, sir. So we'll come in. We'll just Sprinkle. Hey, you can't over season. I guarantee you, you can't over season with the Big Smooth seasoning. So we're gonna hit them good, real good. Okay. All right, so we're seasoning them up, season it up, season it up. We're gonna shake it. What it say? Shake it, shake it. Don't break it, break it. Oh, shake it, shake it. Yeah, so we shake it, shake it. All right, let's see. Look at that. We want a good, nice coating on them. Then we'll flip them over here. Flip them over. Flip them over. Yes, sir. What we're gonna do the same thing on this side. The same thing. Okay. And one moment, I'll be right back to you. I forgot this other CD I was gonna put on here with that. All right, I'm back to you. Now, so you just say you want to get a good coating all over, okay? Don't be shy. All right. It may look like I used a lot, but see, as you see, I didn't use a lot. It just looked that way, and it's nicely covered. But then I like to go back with this Grill Master roasted garlic and herb. Since we're gonna put it in the oven, put a little bit of that on there, okay? Shake it up there. Just same thing, just lightly over the top. It's the garlic and herbs. And there we go, okay? I'll let that sit there and let that kind of set into the meat a little bit. And I'll put it in the oven, and we'll cook these on about, since the muffins are on 400, we'll just wait till they come out because we want to cook it, drop it down to about 350 degrees. On these thighs, they don't take that long. So about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, they'll be done. In about an hour, what I will do, about an hour 15 minutes, we'll come and come back and glaze them and let them glaze in there for the sit in there with the glaze and let the glaze get thick on there of some of that Big Smooth barbecue sauce, and let everything come together, and then they'll be ready, and then we'll move to the beans. Okay, we'll have some chili beans with. Or if you want to say red beans, some red beans with smoked turkey neck, ground beef, onions, bell peppers, and of course that famous Big Smooth all-purpose seasoning. It'll be in there again, okay? And I do thank y'all, and we'll be back at you, okay? Thank you. All right now, so we moved over into the kitchen. We just put the smoked neck bones in the water, in the boiling water. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna season our water. First, we're gonna put a little chili powder. So we'll put that chili powder in there. And we want to go with a good 4-5 tablespoons of chili powder. You know, a good ample amount. So 4 or 5 tablespoons on there. Onion powder. And next we'll put some garlic powder. Love garlic. So we're gonna go with an ample amount of garlic up in here. Love me some garlic. Hold on. Get a little knife here. Just cut a split in it. That's how I like to do it. In that little packaging they use on this thing. Then pull it back. We just got it open. We're gonna put an ample amount of garlic in there, okay? Then we'll come back with some black pepper. And I like to use the coarse, the thick black pepper. That way you can see it on your food. You can taste it when you bite into it. Not just have that pepper flavor. You can actually, you know, see that pepper. And then, of course, we want to come back with some of our Big Smooth all-purpose seasoning in here as well, okay? And with that, you get with that Big Smooth all-purpose seasoning, you get a good, you know, you get a salty, sugary type, then you get a kick with a little smooth kick of heat behind it. Oh man, that's some good stuff. So you want to sprinkle some of that in there as well, and let that neck bones boil down in that water. Let everything come together. And let me get a spoon here. We'll go with that. We'll just get a spoon here. We'll just mix everything together. Man, if you could smell that coming off of that, if you could smell it, only if you could, wish you was here. It already smell edible. Delicious, as you would say, you know what I mean? And so we'll just sit there here, let that come together. Once that come together, we already have the beans soaking here on the back counter right there. You see them? Got them soaking. Where they already been cleaned and everything. We'll come back, add the beans, let them cook. Hey, we'll cook the ground meat, put that in there, along with the bell peppers and onions and stuff, and we'll be ready to eat. So we'll be back at you shortly when we put the beans in, and we'll check on the cornbread and see how it's doing, okay? All right, we'll be back at you. All right, y'all, it's been 14 to 18 minutes on the muffins. So we'll go ahead and check those cornbread muffins and see what they came out to be, okay? Let's check them here. Let's see. So we'll go down. They're a little light. They firm, but they're still a little light. So I want to let them get a little more golden brown on top, and then we'll pull them out. So while they do that, we'll sit here and while we were away, I started the ground beef for the beans. I started that, scrambled that. So what we'll do, we'll just scramble the ground meat here for get that going. And then the ground meat, we went simple seasoning again. We just a little garlic, pepper. One thing about me, you know, you'll see not a lot of salt. We won't use a lot of salt. But what we will do on this one, at the end of the process when everything is done and we got everything coming together in the beans, we will add a little salt if we need to, okay? But I really, when I'm doing the cooking, I like to let people add their own salt if needed. But I believe it has enough full flavor that you don't even need salt, okay? All right, so we're gonna let that ground beef continue to cook down. We got the smoked neck bones boiling down with the chili powder, the ground onion powder, the garlic powder, and pepper, and some of the Big Smooth all-purpose seasoning in there again. And it'll be ready here. You know what, it look ready now. What we want to do, let's go ahead and add the beans down off into here, okay? We have the beans over here soaking. What we'll do, we'll rinse them here just real quickly. They've already been picked. I've already cleaned all the bad beans out. And these days, the companies do a pretty good job in making sure there's not, many bad beans in the packaging. You know, back in the day, we sit when I was a kid and sit at the table and on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and pick beans, and because get ready for Sunday dinner, for our parents. So, and back then they had a lot of bad beans and rocks and all that stuff in there. And these days, not much of that. So, but you still want to make sure you clean them and let them sit in a little vinegar and water, and rinse them off, and rinse them a couple times. And when you do that, they kind of fluff up a little bit and they're more ready to cook, okay? So we want to go ahead and add that into there. All right. We'll put that into the sink. I want to stir that in here. All right, kind of breaking up them neck bones there a little bit. They done boiled down where they just tender here. You just break them on up there. Have all kinds of meat in there. Also, what I think I'll do, I had a little leftover brisket from yesterday, smoked brisket. I'll put that in their beans as well for extra meat. Oh man, if you never had that brisket in them beans, oh, you don't know what you're missing. So, all right, these the muffins, they should be ready now. So let's check it out. Let's see how they're doing, okay? Ooh-wee. Them boys is right. Let's pull them out there. Let's give you a look. Look at those golden brown muffins. Look at there. That's what you want right there, okay? So we're going to drop them there. Close that back up. Chicken looking real good in here. In about a couple of minutes or so, we'll pull that out, glaze that up, and we'll let that continue to cook, okay? So, but right now, we got the ground beef going, we got the beans going, cornbread's ready, chicken is just about ready. Let's get these muffins over here, let them cool off. I'll continue to, get the ground meat together, and when it's time to put in the beans and add the bell peppers and onions, I'll be right back at you, okay? All right, y'all continue to watch. Thank you. All right, now I'm back at you. Your boy Big Smooth. And now we're going to go to our chicken. Excuse me. We're going to go to our chicken. We had it in the oven on uh, 350 degrees for an hour, hour and a half. And let me just show you here. It's a little hot still, so but I want to kind of show you. You know, a nice piece. Look how it looks. It's all golden caramel, you know, on the top. It looks real nice. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our brush and we're going to put a nice coating on the bird. Then we said we're going to have barbecue chicken. So we're going to add the barbecue to it. And this, and I always call it mopping. We're mopping the meat. With the barbecue sauce. I mean, at this time, the meat is it's basically done. So we could just put it on there and eat if we wanted to. But what I like to do is put it back in the oven and let it get a good glaze. Let that glaze form on it, okay? Let that glaze form down on it. Now you'll see what I'm talking about when we're finished. It's gonna look so nice. We stingy with that barbecue sauce. Again, we're using Big Smooth brown sugar, sweet brown sugar barbecue sauce on it. Hopefully coming to the market soon. But right now you can purchase your Big Smooth all-purpose seasoning. You can go to my Facebook page at Big Smooth Barbecue on Facebook, and you just leave a comment. I'd like to order, and leave your information where I can get in contact with you. Well, once you leave that message, I'll message you back on Facebook, or if you want to leave your number, I'll give you a call and we can place that order and I can have it sent out to you next day, or if not, the same day. So we mopping these up good with the Big Smooth all-purpose barbecue seasoning, barbecue sauce, excuse me. Man, y'all, you're gonna see, oh, this looks so delicious. What they say? Mop. Hey, so we mopping it on here. Man. All right. We're just going to use it. There's just a little bit left. Let's just going to use it all up here. We got plenty more where that come from. So let's just make sure these mopped up real nice here. All right, there we go. All right, so with that, ain't cool down much. Let's see what I can do first. I want y'all to see it here before I put it back in the oven. Let's bring y'all to it, okay? Let's come down. we're gonna put that back in the oven and let it just gel on up there. Let it gel on up there. So I'll drop this in the oven. I'll be right back to you. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, to use this. Excuse me. Had to use this to sit the pan up on. But hey, so we got the chicken. We got the cornbread muffins ready. The chicken is just about ready. We're still working on the beans. What I'll do now, the ground beef is ready. It's been drained, and what we'll do is apply the ground meat to the beans, and we'll go ahead and put the brisket in there as well, and the onions and bell pepper, stuff like that. So transition over into the kitchen, and I'll be back to you. Okay. Peace. All right, so I'm back at you now. Like I said, we transition over into the kitchen, and what we want to do is take our ground beef. It's already been drained. I just dropped it back in the skillet here. And so what we want to do is go ahead and add that ground beef. Yeah, that's a lot of ground beef. Yeah, these them big smooth beans, so you know it's gonna have a lot of meat, a lot of flavor. You know, they're gonna be hitting you in your stomach when it's coming at you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing with you, boy. Then we're gonna take this brisket that we had left over from yesterday. We did potatoes, and so we had this brisket left over. So we're gonna drop that brisket off in there. Okay. Drop that brisket off in there. All right, and so what I'll do now, we'll add a little more water to this. A little more water, let these beans cook on down, because the meat has taken over. Has taken over. We'll put a little more seasoning in there, and when they're done, we'll come back at you. We'll pull everything together, and we'll sit down and eat. And thank y'all for watching, and hope y'all be back when we continue and we get ready to sit down and eat, okay? Let me check on the chicken before you go. Man. That chicken's on fire. Wait till you see this chicken. All right. So come on back. Don't miss out on the final. Come on back with us. Stay with us and see what everything come out looking like. Okay. All right. I'm back, and as we finish off today's meal, the beans are now ready, and what we'd like to do, you know, to garnish them off on top. We'll take a little sour cream. Take a little sour cream. Put a dollop on the top. Alright. Then we'll take some green onions. Put that there. And then me, I like a little cheese in mine. But that's up to you, okay? So I'll take a little cheese We'll just go around it a little bit there. Alright. Give me some chicken here. Alright. Cornbread muffin. And I don't need to, but you know, hey, I like more than one muffin. Alright. Let's see, here we have it, folks. You have your barbecue chicken, cornbread muffin, and your beans. That is a meal. Alright, so again, it's your boy. You missed it. If you want some, come get some. Your boy Big Smooth. At you with our first Big Smooth hometown cooking show. Hey, if you like, hit the like button, subscribe, keep on watching for many more videos to come. Thank you. You have a great day. And as you can see, it's plated. Everything come together. Look at the chicken, the beans, cornbread muffins, golden brown Mexican style cornbread muffin, your good old beans, your chicken. Look at that. Look at all the meat in these beans. Oh man. Look at that. Some onions, bell peppers. Hey, can't beat that.